Okay, so once again, good afternoon po sa ating lahat. And before we continue our webinar, meron lang po tayong few reminders po sa ating mga participants na please paki-off na po ang inyong camera and your audio para po maging maayos po yung flow ng ating online session. So this time, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our participants coming from the 2nd Congressional District. Mga ma'am and sir, good afternoon po. And also, we would like to acknowledge po yung ating participants via live stream, composed po ng ating mga department heads, master teachers, and ICT coordinators. Once again, good afternoon po sa ating lahat. So this time to give us her welcome message, please welcome the Chief Education Supervisor in charge for SGOD, Dr. Angeline S. Casipit.
Blessed day to all of us, to our very industrious action woman, Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Sheila Marie A. Princias, our two very supportive Assistant Schools Division Superintendents, Dr. Teodora Binabor and Dr. Ina Gutierrez, DO personnel, training staff, and lecturers, district supervisors, school heads, teachers, and all other participants. My warmest greetings to one and all. Kumusta na po kayo? It's been a long time we haven't seen each other face to face. But we really thank God we are in good shape amidst this pandemic situation. Alinsunod sa nilalaman ng DepEd Memo 45, Series 2020 o ang Resource-Based Performance Management System Guidelines for School Year 2019-2020 year-end activities in light of COVID-19 measures, ang webinar na ito ay naisakatuparan upang magsilbing kasagutan sa maraming katanungan kung paano na nga ba ang gagawin natin patungkol sa RPMS cycle na naaayon na rin sa sitwasyong kinakaharap natin at bilang paghahanda sa new normal. Naway, maging makabuluhan ang bawat sandaling ating pakikibahagi sa webinar na ito upang lalo pa nating maintindihan ang patungkol sa IPCRF data collection system sa taong 2019-2020. Kaya inaanyayahan ko kayo na aktibong makilahok sa webinar na ito. Muli, isang mapagpalang araw sa ating lahat. Happy to serve!
Ayan, thank you so much, Ma'am Angie, for that warm welcome. So this time, I would like to present to you our resource speakers for this webinar. To start with, the Education Program Supervisor in charge in Mathematics, no other than Dr. Wilma S. Carrera, and of course our division IPO, Mr. Renato Fontanilla, together with the senior system for the school year 2019 and 2020. So as we continue, please be reminded of our activity norms and rules that we need to use our chat box for sharing of thoughts and questions, that we need to practice collegial exchange of ideas, and number two, ito po yun, kailangan po nating sundin that we need to set to mute our microphone and video all throughout the webinar. And of course, we need to ensure that our screen shows at all times the slides or videos being presented. So once again, welcome to this webinar on IPCRF Data Collection System for the school year 2019-2020. This time, to give us the activity rationale, please welcome the Senior Education Program Specialist in charge for the Human Resource and Development, Madam Beverly T. Cruz.
Maraming salamat po. Masaya at magandang buhay po sa lahat. We are very happy to see you all virtually. It's been 2 months na naka-quarantine po tayo, and now we are back to work physically since May 18 on skeleton or skeletal workforce arrangement. And syempre po, we observe strict compliance to health safety protocols. So for today, before we proceed to our main agenda or discussion of our IPCRF collection, please allow me to have this session with you. About 6 slides lang po, just to explain what will happen now to the performance management system of the department given the new normal. We are now transitioning and adapting to the post-quarantine scenario. So just to give you a little bit of context, and we also expect that being in the HR management, being school leaders, supervisors, we should be at the forefront of providing and ensuring that our delivery of services will still continue despite some limitations and despite our situation. So basically, there are things we currently know about our situation and aspects that we do not know, or some things like uncertain or ambiguous. So far, we know that the virus is contagious and easily transmitted, and therefore it can be fatal. For now, there is no available vaccine yet. And therefore, whatever situation we are in, whether ECQ, GCQ, or MGCQ, strict physical distancing remains our new normal. And there is limited movement of people depending on quarantine restrictions. Mass gathering is also limited. And families and workers worry about their occupation and expenses for their daily living. On the other side naman po, ito yung mga bagay that we do not know or we are uncertain. We do not know when the vaccine will be developed and made available to the public. Therefore, our new normal will be the limitations brought about by GCQ or MGCQ. And we do not know also if we can achieve immunity from the virus. So for example, if ever the vaccine will be available, ibig sabihin ba, it will serve as blockers for us not to get the virus, and then the possibility of series of outbreaks once community quarantine will be lifted. So lagi pong pinapaalala ng ating gobyerno na even nasa GCQ or MGCQ na po tayo, there will be possibility pa rin po na magkakaroon pa rin ng outbreaks. And then how safe? We do not know how safe we will be when we go out or return to work. That is why tinitake into consideration din po ng ating mga officials na lahat tayo when reporting to work or ay safe po tayo, and wearing of mask definitely is a must po o kaya mandatory. So this is our context now. Things we know and things we do not know. We have some anticipated new normal scenarios. Yung mga nasa left side po are the new changes, at yung naman pong nasa right side, in response naman po ang mga ito. Ito yung mga possibilities at nangyayari na po ngayon. So for example, adoption of alternative work arrangements, wherein some of us are on work from home scheme. We are on a virtual teams instead of the usual face-to-face gathering, and also the adoption of staggered work hours until such time na lifted po or there will be another issuance to that effect. Kami po dito sa Division Office, adopt Team A and Team B work scheme o kaya yung tinatawag na rotation work basis, and we follow health protocol standard like yun lagi-lagi yung sinasabi natin, wearing mask is a must. And we also do regular disinfection of the surroundings. Our SDS, Ma'am Sheila, ensures and monitors that every division employee is given and takes essential vitamin daily. Employees' health condition is also being monitored regularly by our health and nutrition personnel. And we see to it that footwear being used outside is washing of hands at the frontline lobby is required, followed by hand sanitizer or alcohol. Then as we enter the office, checking of temperature is automatically recorded, kasabay ng checking of attendance. Itapat lang ang mukha sa system monitor using our RFID. And the Google Hangouts, something like that po. Since in the new normal, meeting is usually held virtually po. Kagaya po ng ginagawa natin ngayon. So our activity now will basically focus in one way or another yung improvement even prior pa ng COVID situation. And at the same time po, yung how we adapt into the new normal in terms of consolidating our performance rating. So the next few slides are actually just to give an idea to our school heads, master teachers, supervisors, our waiters. This is actually sort of tips or also an anticipation of what will be the changes brought about by the new normal in terms of one of our HR systems, which is the performance management. And we see that you may need this po in doing and operationalizing what is now the work arrangement, and how do we now assess and how do we make our employees still productive despite the limitations being faced. So yung three bubbles na ito are basically the things that we see as to effectively manage po yung performance ng ating mga employees. So first, we should engage the employees in the process of navigating through the new normal. We need to value individual journey on adapting to the new normal. While we all experience this new normal, the way we react and the way we respond basically into the new normal depends on our individual disposition and life context. Nakakapanibago po, but then obligado po tayo lahat na sumunod. As DepEd officials and employees, we should be at the forefront of making sure that we cater to services continuity plan. Ibig sabihin, wala pong napipending na trabaho kahit naka-work from home po tayo. At hindi dapat tumigil ang processes ng DepEd. Lalo na po ng mga eskwelahan, ang pag-aaral ng mga kabataan. Kaya nga po itong RPMS Phase 3 cycle, natigil man po due to COVID quarantine measures, we have to do it now observing strict health and safety protocols dahil ito ay mahalagang bahagi ng ating pagiging empleyado ng gobyerno, particularly ng DepEd. So second, we need also to redesign the core plan or workflow in view of the new normal with consideration of putting some protective barriers in the office. Yung mga spaces po natin, spaces ng tables natin, the whole office setup, inayos po lahat yan, ensuring a smooth delivery of basic services, and most of all, ensuring, as we always say, yung safety po ng ating human aspect, particularly our employees. The next bubbles po is for us being in the forefront. We see it critical for now as we transition to the new normal. So set up mechanism protocol on the new standards of working. Ano po ang ibig sabihin nito? Critical po ito as it calls for the leadership adaptiveness of our leaders, the chiefs of the particular unit, the supervisors, our school heads, even teachers, aside also from the instruction coming from our superintendent, our regional director, and basically we need to redefine the standards for working from home or working in the office or reporting to schools, having some skeleton workforce arrangements. So therefore, our chiefs, supervisors, school heads should now be assessing more of learning toward output-based. Basically, assessment now will you be assessing faster response over a better response, or probably longer days in the office over a productive days? So ganyan po ang mga bagong redefining work standards. So while we do not see each other face to face po, yung micromanaging technically will not work under the new normal. Instead, we allow our employees to basically have the independence doing their own. But yung set norms should be established at yung rules in terms of delivery of output should also be observed. It is also essential for our SDO and school managers to have a clear understanding about what tools or platform to be used by the teams or by the office in terms of checking the attendance, and then at the same time guide them as to ano yung mga deliverables for the week. So yung ating work from home planner will help us. Ito yung mga tools and of course team or group or office tracking and monitoring to our employees. Medyo critical, but we have to find a strategy how to do it proper and manageable based on guidelines. Kagaya ng mga ginawa natin during the lockdown period, merong daily suggested activities ang ating division office para tignan ang potential talent or ability ng mga empleyado, at the same time tracking of attendance, and we found it very productive and essential. Marami ang natuto, lahat halos nakiparticipate. And yung seemingly fearful, yung nakakatakot, nakakabahala, nakakabagot na oras amid COVID crisis, turned out productive and positive. So basically, in terms of managing performance, our new normal will be more on output base. And our last slide, as essential in ensuring that our employees will still be productive, is yung provision of support in the new normal. While we establish and have orientation to our employees, please give clarity or do it with clarity as to new work processes and the expectations in the new normal. Paki-explain pong mabuti to our respective personnel and teachers that as we transition into the new normal, ito po yung mga do's and don'ts as well as the expectations, and yun po. Yung mga yun po. And the primary essential being emphasized by our secretary and our STS, Ma'am Sheila, is ensuring safety and health wellness of our personnel despite our move to really deliver the expected services. So we are encouraged to do intervention or provide learning session about COVID, how to cope with some worries, and then lifting emotional and spiritual well-being of our personnel as well as their families. So that somehow gave or will give comfort and calmness sa kanila, sa atin. Or yung kahit man lang a simple message via text or messenger through group chat, napakamahalaga and very convenient po, very comforting. Ask how each one is doing, kumustahan baga, those somehow bring back or establish solidarity and unity among the employees as they return to work. It is worth recognizing our Superintendent, Ma'am Sheila, our unit heads, our chiefs, even among us, supervisors, school heads, teachers, Employees, yung daily or regular exchanging of messages po. Sa group chat nga po, sa Facebook o kaya sa text. Lahat ng mga ito nagbigay ng mabuting panuntunan or guidance sa atin, naging mabuting paalala sa atin tungkol sa ating kalagayan, nagbigay ng pag-asa sa atin, nagbigay ng saya, and a lot more positive things. Yung second po dyan ay upskilling technology. So even on learning and development interventions, our implementation and delivery will also be transitioned into the new normal. Wala pong face-to-face. We resort to webinars since meron po tayong COVID crisis. We resorted ever since to webinar, lahat po ng activities natin through webinar. At parang itong activity natin ngayon, so yung IT infrastructure should be set and new skill set should be addressed. And ito po yung kailangan nating i-prioritize ngayon, how to use this monitoring tool. So we are here to orient you on the new normal platform of performance assessment so we can ably cope up, and of course, yung culture of collaboration. We need to collaborate with one another even while into virtual and in critical situation. Manage coaching and mentoring remotely. Yung simple message as to ways forward, a simple one-on-one video chat on how the person is coping with things, how things or deliverables on their plate. Yung ganun po ba? Kailangan po nating i-monitor, i-check, parang ganon. And technically, we can say that performance management is still the same, only assessment is done virtually via access to electronic form o kaya process. So, uulitin ko po, ang ating performance management system ay parehas pa din po. Ang pagkakaiba lang po ngayon ay our assessment will be done through electronic form o kaya process. And ang submission din po ay through online. So basically, the objective of this activity is to prepare our raters, our school heads, supervisors, ICT coordinators, all DepEd personnel who are involved in the RPMS in implementing the Phase 3 cycle for school year 2019-2020. Naririnig natin ang damdamin ng mga teachers natin. And we understand na lahat tayo ay covered po ng quarantine restrictions o kaya scenario, and covered po tayo more specifically ng safety and health protocols. We want this RPMS Phase 3 cycle light and easy. Gawin po natin ito not merely for compliance, but doing it responsibly. Kaya po ang DepEd Management nag-initiate po ng ganitong system, RPMS Excel and electronic form, and orient you now, aside from accomplishing the form, also guide you on the submission online. So with that, maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat po. Masaya at magandang buhay po sa lahat. We are very happy to see you all virtually. It's been 2 months na naka-quarantine po tayo. COVID-free date.
Thank you so much, Mambing, for the activity rationale. So we now come to our session proper, our session one, which is entitled the webinar on the IPCRF data collection system for the school year 2019-2020, to be delivered, of course, by the education program supervisor in charge in mathematics, no other than Dr. Wilma S. Carrera.
And welcome to our webinar on the IPCRF data collection system for school year 2019-2020. It is fit and proper that we need to gather the ratings or the performance of our teachers for school year 2019-2020. And before we start, I'm going to tell you about the tool that we're going to use for this electronic performance rating for our proficient and highly proficient teachers. So the tool is a Microsoft Excel macro-enabled workbook file with the .xlsm file extension designed for offline use. It contains printable IPCRF parts 1 to 4 templates, and it includes also the Part 1 COT and IPCRF ratings data collection. We have also to encode the Part 2 core behavioral competencies data collection. And who will use this tool? Of course, we have two users, the rater and the ratee. The rater, of course, pertains to our school head and master teachers. And the ratee, of course, the teacher itself. Now we prepared a simplified flowchart for this presentation for our rater and ratees to follow. So first, the rater will download the IPCRF tool. Encodes the ratees data, encodes the Part 1, the COT, and the QAT ratings. And after that, the rater will hand the electronic tool to the ratee and encodes Part 2 and Part 4. Then, the files will go back to the rater, and the rater will upload the file to submission system. That is for the school, from school to the division office. Step 1, of course, for the rater's role, download from the official Google Drive link. So the first thing that a teacher must do is to download a copy of the new IPCRF electronic tool. Keep in mind that the versions that was given during the division rollout on the RPMS PPST capacity building should no longer be used. The submission system will not accept them. If you obtain a copy of the tool recently, ensure you have the version with the profession tool that has automatic ratings of 5 in Objective 10. Any version than that is no longer valid. So where are we going to download the tool? So it is in deped.n/IPCRF encode 2019-2020. So it will take you to a Google Drive folder. In there, you will find a zip file named DepEd Prescribed IPCRF Part 1 to 4 School Year 2019-2020. So
You're going to right-click on the file and click Download. When you download the zip file, you must then extract the Excel file inside it. It is important that you remember that you should not open the IPCRF Excel tool without first extracting it. In the past, some users have complained that they cannot edit or save the Excel tool, or that the data they encoded is lost after saving and closing the Excel. It was probably due to this missed step. In Windows, it is easy to identify a zip file. These three icons are examples of how it looks like. The first one is when you do not have a file compression or a file compression software installed, so such as the WinRAR or the 7-zip. The default icon in Windows is a folder with a zipper. In some cases, the file may look like the last two icons, a stack of books bundled together with a belt. To extract a zip file in Windows, assuming you do not have a compression software installed, there are generally two methods. I'll quickly show you how to do it using the two methods so it's clear to everybody, as well as offer your suggestions on how you can cascade this if you do the simulation in your respective schools. So you have to right-click, then extract all. This opens the default extraction tool in Windows, so simply select the destination or leave it as it is and click the extract button. The second method is by opening or double-clicking the zip file. This does not open any other program or window. It opens in the same file explorer and looks as if you just open a regular folder with a single Excel file in it. But do not be fooled, you're still inside the zip file. Notice the extract menu in pink at the top of the window. This tells you the view is of a compressed folder. For Mac users, double-clicking or opening the zip file should automatically extract the Excel tool. Now that we've downloaded the IPCRF electronic tool, let's proceed to the second step, which is the encoding of the RATIS data. In encoding the RATIS data, we should be guided of the following. First, you have to open the Excel IPCRF tool. We have to enable editing, enable macros, encode schools data, encode raters data, make copies, and encode RATIS data. Now, there are do's and don'ts in doing or opening the Excel file. When opening the IPCRF electronic tool, here are a few things you need to remember. You must open it on a laptop, tablet, or desktop PC running Windows or MacOS. You cannot open the tool using any kind of mobile phones, tablets, running Android or Windows RT, the iPad or Chromebooks, and other laptop running Windows RT. In addition, the type of compatible devices. Here are the lists of the programs and apps you can and cannot use to open the IPCRF electronic tool. You can open the tool using the desktop of Microsoft Excel with the following version. Do not use the online web version of Microsoft Excel because macros aren't supported. You also cannot use this program if you are on a Mac. Do not open with numbers or MS Office Excel 2008, MS Office Excel 2011, Google Sheets, WPS Office Spreadsheet, the LibreOffice, and the OpenOffice. Note that if you open the IPCRF tool with any of the apps in the Don't column, in other words, not Excel, the tool is forever broken and you need not to download a new copy. Again, it is important that in the field or when you do the simulation, you have to use the proper software or the proper office or tool in opening the electronic tool for the IPCRF. When the tool is open, Excel automatically puts the file in protected view for security reason. It does this for files downloaded from the internet. Notice that the yellow bar says protected view below the ribbon. You need to click the Enable Editing button so you can begin editing the file. Otherwise, it will remain disabled in protected view. On the Mac, it's more straightforward. Excel will greet you with a dialog box with an alert asking whether to enable or disable editing. Click Enable Editing anyway. After enabling editing, you also need to enable the macros, which are disabled by default. So click Enable Content button to allow macros. Failure to do so means the Excel won't be able to run the custom code that makes the IPCRF tool work. In Windows, if you do not see the Enable Content button in the yellow bar below the ribbon, it does not necessarily mean that the macros are already enabled. After confirming that they are disabled, for example, when an error message is shown saying so after clicking a button, you need to perform this suggested workaround. In the ribbon, click the File menu. In the available options on the vertical panel to the left, find Options. It is usually at the bottom. Try to scroll down the vertical panel if you do not see the option. Click it when you find it. This opens the Excel option dialog box. On the panel to the left, find and click the Trust Center option, usually found at the bottom of the list. In Trust Center, find and click Trust Center Setting button. The Trust Center dialog box opens. In the panel to the left, find and click the Macro Settings. Under Macro Settings, click Enable All Macros. Ensure that the radio button for the Enable All Macros option is activated. Click the button OK. This closes the Trust Center dialog box. and returns you to the Excel option dialog box, just click the OK button again. Close all open Excel workbooks and reopen the IPCRF tool to apply the changes. Assuming you have enabled the macros, you should now be ready to encode the ratee and raters data into the form. But before that, I'd like to take a little detour. Let's look at the different parts of the tool so it makes sense to you when you encode the data. So you can see there, circle in red, the encoding. These are the properties of the 4 sheets. For encoding, it could be edited, it is protected and printable. For part 1, it is not editable, it is protected and it is printable. For part 2, it is not editable, it is protected and it is printable. Same true with part 3, but in part 4, it is editable, it is not protected, and it is printable. So in encoding for the encoding tab for the individual performance commitment and review form, first, there are instructions to be followed and to be accomplished by the rater. First thing to do is you have to encode the school's data. So it is drop down. So there are selections. Naturally, we are in region 1. For the division, of course, there are selections. Municipality, the school ID, of course, it only accepts valid DepEd 6-digit school IDs. So as a rater, as a school head, we should be familiarized with our school ID. Complete and proper name of school, school type, urban, and rural. For the school size, you can determine what school size do you have from the Brigada Escuela guidelines. Curricular classifications, of course, if you are in elementary, you are offering kinder to grade 6. For secondary, naturally, you are offering grade 7 to grade 12. For integrated schools, you are offering kindergarten to grade 12. Next, we move on to the encoding of raters' data. The rater, of course, the school head or the master teacher. Take note of the date of review. It only accepts dates from February 2020 onwards. Save the file, Control S, then close the workbook. And then make copies. Make sure that you have to include the name of ratee in the file name. Next, we move on to the encoding of ratee's data. Name of the teacher, position, employee's ID, the employment status, age, sex. For the level taught, options depend on selected curricular classifications. Of course, we have kindergarten, elementary, junior high school, and senior high school. For the grade level taught, of course, there are selections that you can choose. Selecting else in the subject taught disables this field. subject taught, they have to choose what subject they are teaching. Selecting senior high school in level thought changes this to strand. Number of years in teaching, the highest degree obtained, the area of specialization. So that is on the role of the rater in encoding RATIS data. Next, we move on to the encoding of part 1, the COT and the IPCRF rating. In encoding the ratings, we have to encode the COT ratings, encode the QAT ratings, and finalize part 1. In encoding COT's rating, we should be guided with DepEd Memorandum number 45 Series 2020 that the number of classroom observations may have been affected by the class suspension which started in mid-March 2020. For this purpose, each teacher is assumed to have obtained at least 3 classroom observations after the first 3 quarters, which were covered by class suspension. So in encoding the COT ratings, first you have to choose the subject observed and then write the ratings. For proficient, we will use the scale from 3 to 7. For highly proficient, 4 to 8. RPMS 5-point scale automatically populated based on rating output. So date of observation format, accept dates beginning June 3, 2019. So that is first quarter. And after accomplishing the COT1, the rater will lock COT1 by providing a password with a minimum of 6 characters with which to lock this file. Certain actions will henceforth required to enter the password you input here to proceed. So, COT1 was locked, and we move on to COT2, COT3. It's very clear in DepEd Memorandum number 45 Series 2020 that in computing for quality for each of the classroom observable, the RPMS objective, the corresponding rating in the RPMS 5-point scale for each COT ratings, you have to get the average of the total RPMS ratings or divide the total RPMS ratings by the number of available classroom observations and determine the final rating for quality. You can determine the final rating for quality, and the explanations can be found in DepEd.N RPMS Manual version 2019. Next, we move on to the encoding of QAT ratings. For the QAT ratings, in DepEd Memorandum number 45 Series 2020, to determine the rating for efficiency, we have to recalibrate the RPMS rubric in such a way that the total number of available valid main and supporting MOVs submitted obtains the highest rating of 5. So the RPMS tool can be accessed again on DepEd.N RPMS Tools 2019. So QAT numerical ratings accept whole numbers 1 to 5. So date of review, and then accomplish the approving authority, and then click finalize part 1. After accomplishing the part 1, the rater will transfer to the ratee, and the ratee will accomplish part 2 and part 4. So in encoding part 2 and part 4, the ratee must finalize part 2 and part 4. In part 2, this should be accomplished by the ratee after the rater accomplished part 1. So going to tick the box of the competency indicators that the ratee demonstrated during the performance cycle. So this is a self-rating. So we have remind you, my dear raters, that the ratee must reflect honestly what was transcribed during her performance for the school year 2019-2020. And then click finalize part 2. After accomplishing the core behavioral competencies, the ratee must accomplish the part 4, which is the development plans. This sheet shall be accomplished during phase 1 because this is our basis on determining what kind of assessment or what kind of coaching and mentoring that we're going to give to our teachers based on the result of the electronic ESAT. So the ratee can modify the cell add rows to reflect her development needs and strength. After accomplishing the part 4 course, the ratee will finalize part 4. And then, if the ratee finish accomplishing the part 2 and part 4, she will return to the rater. And the rater will upload the files for submission. So that ends the presentation on how to do the electronic rating for the IPCRF for school year 2019-2020. Thank you, and I would like to make a parting statement regarding this time of crisis that I cannot say whether things will get better if we change. What can I say is they must change if they are to get better. Thank you and good day.
Thank you to our Education Program Supervisor, Dr. Wilma Carrera, for the first presentation of our IPCRF orientation program. And this time, magandang hapon po. Should you have any question po, please feel free to ask now. Ma'am Wilma is right here with us and she will be ready to answer kung ano man po yung mga tanong po natin. So, the floor is now open.
Hello, good afternoon.
Ma'am Wilma,
Hi.
may mga tanong po ba tayo, my beloved school heads, supervisors? Please feel free to ask po.
Regarding the question of Sir Gilberto Pinolyar, it's hard to rate teachers out had not met the previous school year. How can that be if we were transferred this June? Okay, that is a very nice question, Sir Gilberto Pinolyar. Remember that the COT ratings were done last first to third quarter. So the copy of the COT is in the hand of the teacher as well as present in the office of the principal. So you can have a copy of the COT from the teachers and encode it through electronic IPCRF. So you're going to just transfer the result of the COT of the teachers from the hard copy to the electronic system. So no worry, even you were transferred from other school, remember that the copy of the COT is in the hand of your teachers. Ang problema ay kung hindi kayo nag-conduct ng inyong classroom observation, then nothing to encode in the system. But of course, we assume and presume that we have to do our work as a rater, that we need to observe our teachers from the first quarter to the third quarter. So wala pong problema yun, sir. Dahil kahit sino po ang principal, mayroon pong kopya ang lahat ng teachers ng kanilang classroom observation. Gagawin lang ng ating IT o kayo ng mga school heads ay ilalagay nyo lang sa electronic tool.
Pwede nyo rin pong i-open yung inyong camera at unmute po yung inyong microphone kung gusto nyo pong magsalita. Pwede naman po.
Regarding the question of Ma'am Cecil Macaraeg, nangangailangan po ba ng mataas na specs ng laptop ang bagong form ng IPCRF? Kasi po, outdated na specs ng laptop namin. Hindi po. Kasi Microsoft Excel naman yon. So it is present in different kind of laptops or computers.
Para lababo, sinugtulog. Hindi ka na. Kaya ito, ike. Online. Ay, online. Ay, online.
Mama. Hello po. Meron pong naka-open yung microphone at maingay po. Pwedeng kung hindi po kayo magsasalita, paki-mute po yung inyong microphone. And in case na magsasalita po kayo, that's the only time na paki-open po yung inyong microphone at saka yung inyong camera. Pero pag hindi naman po paki-off po please at nagre-reflect po sa amin. Thank you.
Feel free to ask kasi this is an open forum, question and answer portion po tayo. Kaya magtanong lang po kayo sa chat box natin or sa speaker, i-on nyo lang po yung anyong mga microphone.
Sabi ni Sir M.L. John Garcia, hello Ma'am Wilma, I observed them till the fourth quarter. You have mentioned that the COT of teachers is up to the third quarter. So how is this so I need to include the fourth one? Based from the division memorandum number 35, series 2020, uh, we need to include only the three, but we have to decide on which of that quarter is favored on the part of the teachers. Like for example, mas mataas yung yung fourth quarter niya. You have to choose on what to encode in the third COT. Is it the third or the fourth? But we need only to encode the 3 quarters. Para po uniform po tayong lahat. Pag dalawa lang po, unahan ko na po kayo. What if dalawa lang na observation ang nagawa ninyo? You have to accomplish only 2 COT and encode in COT1 and COT2 and then lock. Yun lang po and divided by 2. Kung isa lang din. Diba, napag-usapan na natin ito during the orientation that kung ilan lang yung sa COT and that is on quality, yun lang ang rating niya.
Ma'am Wilma?
Yes.
Ma'am Wilma, may nagtanong po sa text kasi department head po sila, hindi sila makapasok. Sa live stream po kasi sila. Need din po ba na ang MOVs ng teacher ay scan and uploading po ba kasama ng e-tool ng IPCRF?
That speaks on the efficiency and timeliness. So, doon sa efficiency, i-recalibrate din po natin yon that only the required MOVs ang ibibigay lang. I-copy, pwede, scan nila kung hindi sila makapunta ng school. So, kung ano lang yung nire-require na MOVs, yun lang ang i-attach doon sa ating COT. Huwag na po ng marami kasi ang sinabi lang is a copy of, halimbawa, yung grading sheets. So, a copy only, a copy. Hindi po lahat ng subjects ay ilalagay. So, only a sample of the grading sheet should be attached as a means of verification, not all.
Okay, thank you po, Ma'am Wilma. Yung nagtanong po ay si Ma'am Cristina Cervantes po sa Irene Rayos Ombat National High School. Thank you po, Ma'am.
Pag mag-retire na po ng February, ilalagay pa ba IPCRF niya? Yes, of course. Included pa siya during the time of observation ng first to third quarter. Remember, one of your bases in your performance-based bonus. So still, you have to, the teacher will still accomplish the required forms, the part 2 and the part 4. If the teacher cannot do it, then the ICT will be the one to encode the part 2 and part 4 for the teacher. But make sure that there is a copy na pagkokopyahin po ng ating ICT. Okay, regarding the question of Sir Gilberto Pinolyar on the time frame that will be discussed later after Sir Renato Fontanilla.
Time frame lang, Sir Jeff. Di ba pwede naman natin?
Wilma, good PM. Sa paggawa po ng password means to say only the school head or the rater ang makakaalam ng password. Exactly, Sir Ignas. That is the password to lock the COT1. So, yun yung po yung password ng ating rater. Kung sino po yung nag-rate, yun yung password niya. You cannot unlock that if wrong password po. So, it is the rater's password po ang ilalagay doon. Same true with part 2 and part 4. The ratee will also place their his or her password to lock the part 2 and part 4. On the part of the teachers, doon sa part 4, remember that in the phase 1 of our RPMS cycle, that is to be done before the opening of classes. Klaro po yun during our orientation ng individual development plan is to be done before the opening of classes based on the result of their electronic self-assessment test. So we assume that all teachers prepared beforehand their individual development plan. Ang teacher namatay ng January 26, 2020, kasama po ba siya sa pag-submit ng IPCRF? Yes, definitely dahil during the time of the first to third quarter, kasi ang first quarter natin is June, second quarter natin ay October, third quarter natin ay January. Most likely, dalawa lang siguro na classroom observation tool ang naabutan ni teacher. So yun lang ang ire-reflect natin sa kanyang IPCRF in terms of quality. Ma'am Violeta de Guzman, as lang po namin kung COT lang po ba ang basis as MOV, please try to visit our RPMS manual. Nakalagay doon kung ano yung mga dapat attachment sa COT, tapos yung sa quality and efficiency. Sa COT is the rating, ang i-encode ninyo. But in determining the efficiency and timeliness, you have to refer to your manual kasi nakalagay doon kung ano yung mga dapat na ilagay na mga MOVs. So, balikan po ninyo ang inyong mga RPMS manual. And we have now the new version of RPMS manual, version 2019. Okay, when will be the last submission of the IPCRF report? And can we get a soft copy of your presentation as guide? Yeah, the team will provide you all the soft copies of our presentation. Para nang sa ganon, pwede nyong balik-balikan. And noon na akala natin na save natin pero pagbalikan natin hindi pala. So follow strictly the flow on how to open the Microsoft Excel. Sino po ang approving authority? Okay, take note sa DepEd Order number 2 Series 2015 on the RPMS. Pagdating sa large division, our approving authority is our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent. Sino po ang approving authority sa mga teachers na ang school head ay nalipat ng June? Yung dati o bago na? Ano yung ibig sabihin sa approving authority? Ang alam ko sa approving authority, it's our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent. Please try to refer to DepEd Order number 2, Series 2015. Andun po yun. Andun po rin si slides natin noon during our rollout on the RPMS-PPS. Sir, Global
Good
Square.
afternoon, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Kasi doon sa mga teachers, ang rater ay master teacher o head teacher. Sa mga teachers. Tapos sa master teacher, ang rater ay si school head. So doon sa teachers, ma'am, sino po ngayon yung mag-a-approve? Kasi rater si master teacher o si head teacher. Sa secondary, ma'am. Sa elementary rin. Sino na yung approving po, ma'am? Kami na po ba na dati pa noon o yung bago na po?
We are speaking of the school year 2019-2020, Sir Chris.
Apo.
Oh,
Yes,
kaya yung dati pa rin, kasi kakalipat nyo lang, di ba?
Apo.
Meron po yung DepEd.
Pero yung tanong po kanina ni Sir Gilbert, doon sa mag-re-rate, yung bago na po.
Hindi po, sir. Yung dati pa rin, kasi i-encode nyo lang yung COT rating. So you will get that, yung COT rating nila, from the hard copy of the result of your observation. Di ba? You use your COT in observing the teachers. So naturally, may rating sila doon.
Opo.
So, ililipat nyo electronically yung COT rating ni teacher. So, kahit na sino po ang school head, ay pwede pong mag-encode doon sa COT rating. Kasi nga po, meron po silang kopya.
Okay. Pero ang pipirma po as rater ay si nag-encode na school head.
Oo, si school head. Balikan ko lang yung kana. Kasi na-discussion noon. Okay, it's very clear that if the ratee is the head teacher, the rater is the principal. For teacher, the rater is the head teacher, the approving authority is the principal. Okay, tingnan nyo sa DepEd Order number 2, Series 2015. Ito yun. If the ratee is the head teacher or master teacher, the rater will be the principal. The approving authority for large division is the assistant superintendent. If the ratee is a teacher and the rater is the head teacher or the master teacher, the approving authority is the principal. Malinaw po yun, Sir Chris.
Apo.
Tandaan nyo, pag ang ratee ay head teacher or master teacher, ang rater ay principal, ang approving authority ay ang assistant schools division superintendent. Pero pag teacher ay ratee, ang rater ay head teacher or master teacher, the approving authority is the principal. Sa ano yun, sa mga teacher, to head teacher.
So doon po ma'am, sa master teacher ngayon, saka sa head teacher, pag rate siya, ang rater ay si principal. So si principal ngayon na bago ang magre-rate. O yung dati pa rin niya?
Dati pa rin, kasi we are speaking of school year 2019-2020.
Okay, thank you po. Salamat po ma'am.
Yeah. Socorro Viray, good afternoon po ma'am. Ako po June 3 to June 30, tapos July 1 to November 20, 2019, naging OIC, tapos bumalik sa station from November 18 to February 20. Gawa rin po ba ako ng IPCRF? Yes Gagawa po kayo.
Thank you po. Thanks, ma'am.
Bulalakaw ES, sino po ang rater ng teacher sa school na walang MT? Definitely, pag walang MT, it is the school head. Wala kayong master teacher, ang sole observer ay, a rater ay ang school head. Okay, any more question? I hope you can have your school-based evaluation on the efficiency and timeliness. Kasi yung COT rating was done prior to itong phase 3 na to, evaluation system. Pero ang titingnan nyo na ngayon is yung mga MOVs for the efficiency and timeliness. Ang COT, yung i-encode yung COT ay based doon sa ginawa ninyong observation. Regarding sa question ni Sir Dominador Sebastian, good afternoon ma'am, paano po sa mga TICs? Okay. Kung makikita ninyo doon sa presentation natin on the part of the rater, if you're going to scroll down yung options, nakalagay doon, pwedeng TIC, OIC, as long as you have your designation, then you can do the job of the school head. So make sure that you have a designation as a TIC, then you can observe classes. So kayo yung may hawak ng kanilang mga COT. So ano po prepare namin na TIC, IPCRF pa rin po ba? For the TIC, yung sinabi ko, if you have a designation, then para sa inyo ay OPCRF. Unless, kasi ito yung ano natin noon, agreement natin. For the TIC schools, you can be observed by a cluster heads. But naturally, dahil sa dami ng trabaho, the cluster head were not able to do her part in observing you as teacher in charge. So, hindi naman pwedeng imbituhin yung inyong classroom observation. So just do the role of the TIC and that will be on OPCRF po kayo. Since ang naging here, if you have a designation.
Ma'am Wilma, ma'am?
Yes, babe.
May tanong po ulit dito ma'am sa text message from Sir Bubits ng Polong National High School. If retire na po yung school head, yung new school head na ba ang approving authority ng teachers?
The same question pa rin. It's still the, we are speaking of school year 2019-2020. So, kung ang school head niya ay lumipat, kakalipat lang niya this time, so the approving
Nag-retire na po ma'am, nag-retire na po.
Nag-retire na. Na yung bagong school head na kasi nag-retire na pala.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ito, good afternoon po ma'am. Nag-retire po janitor namin ng December 1. Isasama na po ba siya mag-submit ng... Iba po ang sa IPCRF ng
Non-teaching.
administrative aid. Hindi po siya sali dito. So, siguro for that matter, ano din, yung kung saan siya nagtapos, natural, meron siyang performance rating din doon. Okay, any more?
Ma'am Wilma, another question po. From Pangasinan National High School, Ma'am Marilyn. Ang tanong po niya is, who will serve as the rater for master teachers and for teachers 1, 2, 3?
It's very clear in the order number number 2 na pag ang ratee ay head teacher at master teacher, ang rater niya ay ang kanyang principal. Pero kung ang teacher 1, 2, 3, the rater will be the head teacher and the master teacher.
Master teacher.
Rapid order number 2, series 2015. Yun po ang ating mga references about the RPMS PPST. And try to refer to your RPMS manual. Yeah, nasabi ko kanina doon sa presentation ko kung saan po kayo pwedeng mag-download ng RPMS PPST version 2019. Meron akong sinabing link. You can download ito, http:/deped.n RPMS PPST school year 2019-2020. Nandun siya sa DepEd Memorandum number 45 series 2020, yung mga references po natin as para dyan sa RPMS.
Ma'am Wilma, follow-up question po ma'am from Ma'am Cristina Cervantes po ulit. Sa ITOL po kasi kapag 3 COTs lang ayaw tanggapin. You have to complete to proceed. Sabi po kanina, pwede kahit 3 lang po. Paano po yon? Thanks po ulit ma'am and God bless.
Dito sa binigay, pwede. Pero yung old version, yun ang hindi pwede. Na-try ko na po na nagamit yung da-download ninyo at pwede po siya up to 3 COT. Mag-o-automatic na siya na magtatali doon sa quality, efficiency, and timeliness.
Sa PNHS pa din. Ma'am Wilma, question po ulit from Ma'am Liana de los Reyes ng PNHS. Need daw po ba nagagawa ng portfolio? Kailangan pa daw po ba?
Kung ano ang nire-require doon sa efficiency and timeliness, yun lang. Ano lang yung requirement doon? Kasi hindi po tayo pwedeng ilagay lahat kung ang nire-require lang ay isa lang. Tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, if it is a copy of a grading sheet, we will no longer include all. That is, ano lang, that is for the sake of yung pag-rate po natin sa timeliness and efficiency. Na-discuss na yan during our orientation that we need not to prepare everything and attach everything kung hindi naman kailangan o hindi naman nire-require doon sa mga MOVs na nakalagay sa efficiency and timeliness. If you try to see the DepEd Memorandum number 45, Series 2020, doon sa efficiency, pag sinabing submit 3 main MOV, each with any of the supporting MOV. Yun lang ang ilalagay po natin. If you want to get a rating of 5, of course, naturally, you're going to present the 3 MOVs. Pag dalawa lang, may corresponding points naman kung ilan ang na-present niya na MOV. Regarding sa link na sinasabi ninyo, ano na lang, download nyo na lang yung DepEd Memorandum number 25 Series 2020 at nandun po ang mga references na ida-download ninyo.
Okay, some more questions po. Meron lang po kaming information na i-relay. Ito po ay galing sa regional office at maaring ito po ay isa sa itatanong ninyo pero hindi nyo lang po na itanong. Sa mga school heads po na na-reshuffle, ang school po nila na itatatak sa kanilang IPCRF ay kung nasaan po sila noong nakaraang waiting period. Ibig sabihin, since ang sabi ni Ma'am Wilma ay hanggang February po ang waiting period, so kung saan po kayo previously naka-assign, yun po yung i-reflect ninyo sa inyong IPCRF. Thank you po. At saka sa mga raters po, wag na pong magdaragdag ng objectives at saka MOVs po. Ma'am Wilma, some more questions po? Any more questions? Okay, so okay, for now, we will be declaring a 5-minute break para gawin po natin yung ating mga personal necessities. Please be back after 5 minutes. Okay po. So, pwede nyo po munang i-unmute yung inyong microphone at saka yung i-open yung inyong camera para sort of kumustahan, say hi, hello to one another. Sige po, 5 minutes po. Thank you. Thank you po, Ma'am Wilma. Thank you so much po, Ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am Wilma, clarification po.
Ano
Ma'am
po
Will?
yun? Yeah.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good
Ah,
afternoon.
yes, ma'am. Kasi I was in my previous school June to November, then transferred November, mid-November to my station now. Ano po ang ako pa rin pa doon sa previous ko.
Hindi na po. Ang may include lang is the one na nagawa ninyo before yung quarter na naabutan ninyo, yun ang code doon sa COT niya. And then yung the last quarter ay
Yes.
yung yung new school head
New
na doon.
station. Okay. Sige. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, yung sa akin naman po, kasi last 2019, nasa Limantal po. June 20. Tapos,
Medyo mahina po yung signal nyo, ma'am. Hindi marinig.
yan po. Ano po, June 2019, nasa school pa po ako hanggang November 18 po. Tapos, bumaba po ako ng Kabayawasan Elementary School ng November 2.
Still, nakadalawang quarter po kayo dun, ma'am. So, first and second quarter, whatever the result of the COT ninyo, yun nanging code nung present school head. And the rest na nagawa niya, kasi starting from November to February, yung COT niya, ang ilalagay na doon sa third COT.
Ma'am, yung IPCRF ko, saan ko
Yung
nagagawin, ma'am?
IPCRF ninyo, whatever your accomplishment in the first, yung from June to October or November, of course, carry over na yon sa present station ninyo. At least you have a copy of all those accomplishments and then carry over to your new station.
So, ibig sabihin, ma'am, yung mga accomplishment ko doon sa...
At least you have a copy of it. Kasi parehas din naman kayo nung pumalit sa inyo. Meron din siyang accomplishment prior to sa school na pupuntahan niya.
Ma'am, OIC lang po yung nandoon. At saka iniwan ko lahat ng mga ko doon.
Kahit na OIC siya, as long as may designation siya, then you will do the duty or the work of the school head. Kung ang sinasabi nyo ay yung mga report, lahat ng report na ginawa ninyo, at least you can siguro have a copy of all those things, a second copy of it para at least kahit paano, it will serve as evidence pagdating sa IPCRF evaluation. Kasi hindi nyo na pwedeng dalhin yung if that is a accomplishment ng school, then you have to give that to the school.
Kuha na lang po ako ng
Yeah, kuha lang kayo ng copy and then leave a copy also to the school.
Yes, ma'am, nandoon lahat. Tapos, na-transfer uli ako sa other school, pero itong junior.
Kaya nga, ito lang kayo naman na-transfer, Ma'am Alingod, di ba? So, yung naiwan ninyo, igagamitin ng school head na pumalit sa inyo. Kahit na OIC yun, as long as may designation siya, then she or he will perform her duty ng school head. Huwag nyo nang problemahin yun. Ang problemahin nyo is your presentation that you're going to encode yung mga COT ratings ng nadatnan yung mga teachers. Kasi nga, sabi nga natin, you have to do it religiously, yung mga COT, yung mga lahat ng requirements from the first quarter, tapos iipunin ni teacher, tapos second quarter. Para pag ganito, kahit na lumipat sila, at least naiiwan yung mga records na yun sa school. And that is no longer your problem pag lumipat kayo. Kasi naka-manage na yon, naka-intact na yon sa school, at sa teacher din meron silang copy.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon po, Ma'am Wilma. Meron po tayong follow-up na katanungan doon sa na-erase po kanina regarding po doon sa portfolio kung kailangan ng evidence. Ito po, ang tinutukoy po nila dito, ma'am, is yung supporting MOBs po. Ang ibig po nilang sabihin na ilalagay sa portfolio. What we mean po is if scan copy or hard copy po ang i-ready po nila.
Siguro that will be arrangement of the teacher and the school head. Kung kayang ibigay ni teacher yung hard copy ng mga evidences, then pwede niya ibigay sa school. Kung di niya kaya, pwede namang electronically scan niya.
Okay, yes po. Thank you po.
Ito ang ano ko lang ang punto ko lang kasi those MOVs were presented on the first time nung first quarter. Naka-ano na yun, naka-set na yun. So, kumbaga ang problema lang siguro natin is the third quarter. That is the problem. Kasi nga naabutan na ng ito, pandemic. Kaya yun siguro ang medyo hindi pa malinaw. Pero as to the portfolio, as to the attachment, I think malinaw po dun sa orientation natin noon na once na tapos na ang COT1, nakalagay na doon lahat ng kanyang MOVs required for that quarter. Second quarter, andun na rin hanggang sa third quarter.
Okay po. Another question po, ma'am, from the messenger. By messenger from Sir Alex Tanawi, Department Head of mga Taram. Good afternoon po, Madam. My question po ako, kung nag-observe ang master teacher at department head sa mga teacher 1 to 3, silang dalawa po ba ang pipirma as raters at approving authority ang principal? Yun po ang katanungan ni Sir Alex.
Ano natin noon, pag dalawa ang rater, kailangan sila may anong tawag doon, they have to agree. Mayroon silang inter-agreement. So, iisa lang ang lalabas na rating nilang dalawa. Hindi po pwedeng dalawa. Inter-agreement po, so it means they have to agree on what will be their final rating for that teacher. Yun yung malinaw po kahit na dalawa sila. Kahit na tatlo pa rin sila, kahit na tatlo silang nag-observe, the master teacher, the department head, the principal, they have to submit only the final rating which composed of the inter-agreement of the three observers. So that was very clear during our orientation before. So inter-agreement po. So only one COT ratings will be submitted or will appear doon sa teacher na yon.
Okay, thank you so much po, ma'am. And ang ating pong 5-minute break ay tapos na po. So we will be proceeding to our next
Hindi
session.
5-minute break yun, question and answer pa rin.
A working break po. Okay. Opo. Okay, so may last question po muna tayo before we proceed to our session 2.
Okay, Ma'am Teresa.
In connection with the question of Sir Tanawit as to kung ilan ba yung mag-rate, mag-uusap sila, di ba po?
Yeah.
There should be one rating. Now, my question is, who among the two, the head teacher and the master teacher, will sign as the rater? Those IPCRF.
Both of them will sign. Yun yung ano natin eh. Magsasign silang dalawa. Magsasign silang dalawa. But, ang isasubmit nila is the inter-rater agreement form. Kasi meron naka-attach naman yung individual rating nila eh. At ang, kumbaga, COT rating ni head teacher, COT rating ni master teacher, at on top of it is the inter-agreement form. So, yun yung combination, yun yung rating nila na napag-agrihan nila.
Opo. Okay, thank you po. Thank you.
Okay, so ito po yung tanong ni Ma'am Veronica Naungayan po, ma'am. Hi, good afternoon po. Clarification lang po. Pa ho ba namin prepare? Ito po, clarification po sa rater. Ang rater po na sa COT ay kung sino ang school head that quarter. Yun po ang naintindihan ko sa explanation po ninyo kanina. Pero ang tanong ko po, ma'am, sa IPCRF mismo, ang present school head na ho ba signatory or need pa ba namin puntahan dating school head for our final IPCRF rating?
I think hindi naman kailangan ng signature sa electronic tool. Kasi they will just encode the result of their COT.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay, so if ever po meron pa po tayong mga katanungan, i-reserve na lang po muna natin later after our second session. Since we'll be starting now our second session tungkol po doon sa submission and monitoring system po. Thank you so much. So our next speaker for this time, our session 2, is no other than the Division IPO of SD1 Pangasinan, Sir Renato Fontanilla.
This is Renato Fontanilla, the IPO of our division. I was assigned to discuss today the results-based performance management system, or the IPCRF data submission and monitoring system. So this discussion involves or revolves on the new system that we're going to use in the submission of our 2020 IPCRF data. So start with what is IPCRF data submission and monitoring system? Our system today, or our new system, is basically based on a web application made in the Google app script. It is intended for the collection of an accomplished prescribed IPCRF form, file, and data. So basically, it is written in a Java script, which is displayed in an HTML that uses Google Drive as file storage and a Google spreadsheet as a database. So, combination po ng Google Drive and tawag dito, Google Sheet yung gagamitin po natin. So, since we're going to use this platform for this submission and monitoring system of the IPCRF, thereby I suggest that you are going to use your DepEd email in logging in and logging out of this system. Hindi kayo makakapasok if you're not going to use the DepEd email. Okay? So, IPCRF data submission and monitoring system. Ano nga ba yung flow? So, how it flows? Meron tayo dito, so mag-start po siya sa school through our principal or school head and to the assigned personnel who will submit the complete IPCRF file. The submission will be online through our SDO HRDS who will monitor the division-wide submission. In fact, after the submission of this file to the SDO, diretso ito sa RO HRDD who will monitor the region-wide submission. Then, diretso sa BHROD HRDD to monitor the nationwide submission. Now, paano nga ba magsasubmit? So we have the link here, which is the IPCRF system submit link through bit.ly. So ito po, this will be used by our school para makapag-submit po sila ng IPCRF file. While the other three entities, which is the HRDs from the SDO, RO, and BHROD, could monitor through another link. Actually, the school can also monitor it naman. Later on, we would see it on the new interface that we had for this IPCRF data collection system. Okay. So what are the quick steps for IPCRF data submission and monitoring system? Here is our first step. First is, you should have to open the link for the IPCRF submission as stated on your screen. As what I have said a while ago, you can access this using your DepEd email. So, makikita natin, just like this one, mag-sign in using @deped.gov.ph. Once you sign in, this will be the look of your new user interface. So, ito po yung kalalabasan afterwards. This form is intended to collect the IPCRF parts 1 to 4 file of each teacher of the department. Thereby, bawat teacher, sabi nga natin a while ago, doon sa previous discussions, in your previous discussions, you have one file for every teacher that you are going to upload using this interface. So, isa-isa po ninyong isasubmit ito. On this new, in this new user interface, we have two buttons here. We have the button for the upload IPCRF files, and we also have the view submission. Looking into it further, meron tayong tinatawag na active email. This active email is a portion to which kung sino yung nag-log in doon sa submission form, lalabas po dyan automatically yung kanyang DepEd email. So for instance, if you have somebody who is assigned to upload the IPCRF files, yung DepEd email niya ang laging lumalabas po on this portion. Samples of this, meron pa tayong teacher's name, school ID, region, and school name, and there are other fields which are automatically na mafi-fill up once you submit the IPCRF file. Okay? Now, the second step is the user interface appears. Click upload IPCRF here. Ito po yun. Yung nakikita nyo na mayroong bilog na pula. And then browse for the files you want to submit or upload. So, for example, in this screen, we have 3 files. You can click kung ano yung isasubmit po natin. Make sure that the files have the proper filing name po natin. and make sure na naka-indicate din po dyan kung ano yung name ng ating teacher. Para saan yung IPCRF na yon, kung kanino yung IPCRF na yon. So, napaka-importante po yon. So, we can easily determine kung sino yung mga na-upload po natin. Now, in uploading, basically, there are several pop-up na ma-encounter po ninyo. So, what are these pop-up? So, this is one of the 4 different warnings that may appear as soon as you select file to submit or upload. Let's start with the first one. We have success. So, successful submission have uploading. Ibig sabihin, walang problema or there's no error or incomplete doon sa ginawa nating IPCRF. Okay? Next is, we also have this unsuccessful submission or uploading. If you encounter this error, it means that it will tell you which part of the IPCRF file ang hindi pa na-finalize or incomplete ba. Example, on our screen, it is the part 2 or the competencies which is not yet finalized. That is why it is not accepted by the system. Another error that we could encounter is the version error. That, just like this one, it will state that the file is the prescribed IPCRF file but is a version before May 4, 2020. So therefore, yung in-upload natin o yung ginamit nating IPCRF na format, old version or file, no? Old version. So you should have to download IPCRF file. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Maybe you have submitted a doc file or a music file or a different file which is sabihin natin na if you have submitted an Excel file, what type naman ng Excel file ang inyong na-submit? For instance, alam natin that we use Excel file. But kung Excel file, ano-ano yung mga extension? Most probably, even let's say we submit Excel file, yung extension ba niya is .xls? Is this acceptable? Hindi po. No? If it is XLSX, ito yung mga new version of Excel or Microsoft Excel, allowed pa rin ba ito na i-upload? Hindi rin po. No? So, meaning, ano ang kailangan natin i-upload? Ito kayang XLSM or .xlsm. Ito ba yung Excel file extension na hinahanap natin? No? This is the Excel file extension na hinahanap natin. The M here represents macro. So, yung system hinahanap niya is a macro-enabled Excel file. So, make sure na kapag nag-save tayo, enabled macro yung sinisave po natin. Hindi natin siya pinapalitan ng Excel file extension. Kasi minsan, kung ginagawang nangyayari dyan, kapag nagsisave po tayo, nagsisave as tayo, and then we just click on Excel file. Yung hindi naka-enable yung macro. So we encounter such file error. So we also have this step number 3. Click submit. A notice will pop up after a successful submission. Anong itsura nun? Pag pinindot na natin yan, magiging ganito. So congratulations, your IPCRF data has been uploaded successfully. Ito po yung lalabas. Okay po? So, ganun lang po kasimple po yung ating pagsasubmit. Ang napaka-importante nating i-consider palagi is yung mga files po natin. Kung nakumpleto po ba natin yung mga hinahanap na parts nung IPCRF file, at saka kung tama ba yung version ng ating ginagamit na IPCRF file, kung tama ba yung file extension na ginagamit natin sa ating file po na i-upload. So once na na-meet po natin yung mga ganong requirements, then you can easily upload your files or your IPCRF data files. Make sure na you can upload everything, no? Kasi ang pag-upload po natin dito, isa-isang file for every teacher. Hindi po ito is as one or as a whole na ina-upload. Because isa-isa itong ina-upload. Okay? So, maybe we could have an actual demo. No, ganito po yung mangyayari. Okay po, so umpisahan na po natin yung actual demo po natin. So, ang gagawin po natin, we will go to the link of the IPCRF submission. So, we have bit.ly/IPCRF malalaki, capital S, system, capital S, submit. So, pasok po tayo dyan. Enter. So, we need to sign in. So, using my laptop, mayroon na rin akong nakalagay na mga account. Then, log in my account. So, magiging ganito yung ating data o yung ating user interface. So, our new user interface, makikita na natin dyan that the title would be IPCRF Data Submission Form SY 2019-2020. So, yan yung sinasabi ko kanina. We have two buttons here, the upload IPCRF and the view submission. Here, nakalagay din po yung active email. So, I am using my active email, DepEd email. So, we have deped.gov.ph. At saka ito yung sinasabi kong mga fields na hindi yan ma-fill upan ng manually, but it will be filled up once you upload your file. Okay? So, let's try uploading an IPCRF file. So, we click on upload IPCRF file here. So, merong magbubukas yung aking Explorer. Then, I'm gonna look for the file that I have saved a while ago for this demonstration. Secondary, ito. So, this is my file with my school name and my name. Then, click open. Yan. So, nagkaroon ako ng error. So, sorry, it's stated here that the part 2 competency is not finalized. So, ayan, hindi siya pwedeng mag-upload. So, this is an example of the problem we encounter once we upload our IPCRF file. So, I'll just move back to my file again. I'll open it. So, na-finalize ko na yung part 1. I'll go now to part 2, this is the competency. So, I'll just click siguro. It will be clicked by the rater. Anyway, this is, the purpose of this is for submission. So, I'll just click at least 2 or 1. So, magtitik lang tayo ng mga boxes. Okay. Then, we finalize part 2. Ayan po. Ayan. So, we have our password. Then, hindi na lang natin. Your data has been saved. Okay? So, kapag naka-finalize na yan, Yan, naging namumula siya lahat. Then, we save the data. Then we move back dun sa ating user interface. Ito po yun. Again, upload IPCRF file here. Hanapin ulit natin yung file po natin. Ito yun. Then we click open. Sorry. Ano lang yung aking laptop. Sorry, no file selected to. Ano ba to? Where is the file? Here's the file. Open. Please wait. System checking your file. Yan. So, pansinin natin. A while ago, sabi niya, success, the file selected is already finalized and ready to upload. So, kung papansinin natin, kanina, umikot siya ng umikot dahil binasa muna niya lahat yung content ng ating IPCRF. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, this will automatic na mafi-fill upan. So, teacher's name, school ID, region, Pangasinan National High School, Pangasinan 1. So make sure that all these details should be correct. Kasi kapag, di ba, sabi natin doon sa, I do not know if it has been discussed, diniscuss natin na yung region, yung school name, yung school ID, and the division 1 should be correct kapag po dinuduplicate na natin yung ating mga files. Kasi kapag nagkamali ang isa, and then dinuplicate mo yon, magkakaroon ng multiple na hindi error, but multiple mistakes. So, ulit-ulitin lahat ng ginagawa ninyong file. So, this file is ready to upload. Let's click on submit. Yan, uploading. Please wait. System is uploading your file. Yan. Then, lalabas yung congratulations. Your IPCRF data has been uploaded successfully. So we just click on OK. Now we have two buttons here. After the congratulations na interface natin, and submit data. Again, kung magsasubmit tayo, and then we can view our submission list. So nag-prepare lang ako ng isang file kasi let's move on to the view submission list muna para makita natin. So we have here, let's go on Ilocos region. Please wait, successful. Ayun, meron tayong submission 1. Ito siya. Fontanilla Renato Viado. So this is our file. Now, if you think that what you have submitted is meron pang kailangang tawag dito, ayusin, ang gagawin na lang natin is we can delete the file that you have submitted. Anyway, you can resubmit it again on the same process naman na gagawin natin. No? So, meron tayong option dito to delete what you have uploaded or submitted dito sa ating bagong system po ng IPCRF data submission and monitoring system. For instance, sa akin nagkamali ako, we can simply click on delete. Another pop-up window will appear. Are you sure you want to delete? You won't be able to revert this kasi hindi siya gaya ng computer na mayroong tawag dito, trash bin na pwede mo ba siyang hatakin. Ito, pag pinindot mo yung yes, delete it, wala na talaga siya. So make sure that clicking on the delete, make sure na talagang i-delete niya siya. So you just click yes, delete. So yan, the system is deleting the data. Ayun po. So lalabas ulit ang pop-up window. It says deleted IPCRF has been deleted successfully in the database. Just click on OK. Nung lalabas kaya, loading, system found 0, record you submitted. So dito, magiging 0 na siya. Yung pangalan ng teacher o yung file, mismo ay wala na rin. Deleted na rin. Okay? So, ganun po yung ating pagsasubmit ng IPCRF. And also, ganun din yung process ng pag-delete ng IPCRF na in-upload po natin. So, if you want to upload again, you just click on Submit Data and you will be brought back on the first user interface. Doon po sa home po ng ating IPCRF data submission. Please take note of this, the privacy notice po natin palagi. So, by using this system, you agree to authorize the Department of Education to collect, process, retain, and dispose of your personal information in accordance with Data Privacy Act 2012. So, lagi tayong may disclaimer po na tinatawag, no? Yung privacy natin. So, we should have to consider that po palagi. Okay? So maybe we are now ready for our hands-on simulation. So meron tayong 5 minutes na hands-on simulation po. Kaya naman po natin ito. So, okay, so ready na po tayo sa ating hands-on simulation. So, bibigyan ko kayo ng 5 minutes para dito sa simulation po na ito. Countdown na po tayo. 5, 4, Okay. So, time's up na po tayo. 5 minutes is over. So, continue po tayo. Okay. So, punta na po tayo doon sa IPCRF monitoring. So, ito yung first step po natin. You open the link for monitoring of IPCRF submission. Yung link po natin is different from the link for the IPCRF submission system po. So, we have https://bit.ly/IPCRF-M, capital po lahat yun, and then monitoring, maliliit po, O-2G. Again, you can access this using your DepEd email address. So, ganito po ulit. Same process po tayo. Kailangan ilagin po natin yung ating DepEd email account. Then, ganito po ang lalabas sa ating dashboard. So, we have here the dashboard. As an example po, yung kay Sir Jekyll Kadumog. Ito po yung kanya. Ganito po ang magiging itsura ng ating dashboard po for the monitoring. Ang example rito is so national level, so makikita po natin. Actually, yung kanyang region ata ito. No. This is a national level. So, meron siyang regions, different regions. We have different divisions. And then the record cards, makikita po natin kaagad dyan. Lalabas po yung scoreboard po natin on the right portion. Just take this one. So, ganito yung user interface ng dashboard ng mga core groups para sa monitoring. Okay. So, let's see. Subukan nga natin yung actual bago hands-on simulation, actual demonstration. Let's check if I am allowed to monitor. Ito yung aking submission. Sa monitoring natin tayo, we have bit.ly_IPCRF capital hanggang M monitoring. Okay. Okay. So, hindi ko po may papakita kung paano, no? Because my email address is not allowed to access the system. Anyway, email addresses of our HRDs, sila po yung may mga access po rito. In fact, they are the one who is allowed to monitor the system. Sa amin as the IT officers, o sa mga IT officer naman po, yung system lang kung paano gumana yung ano po namin, hawak. So anyway, this will be used by our monitoring personnel, gaya nila Ma'am Beverly Cruz, at saka si Sir Jeff Fernandez sa ating division office. Maybe they have the access to this dashboard. Okay. So after demonstration, don't have the access. Hands-on simulation. Okay. So before we end up, I would like to share with you these access links. Para na sa ganun, alam po natin. Again, these are the following links that we should have to consider all the time. We have the access link for submission, which is https://bit.ly/capital letter IPCRF, capital letter S, system, capital letter S, submit. Access the link for monitoring naman natin through this link. We have https://bit.ly/IPCRF capital M monitoring. So again, doon sa ating monitoring, only registered users can access this dashboard. Pansin nyo kanina, I haven't log in on the said monitoring system because my DepEd email is not registered to the said system or link. Okay? So, ganito po, since before I end up, since we're using Google Drive and Google Sheet as our main, actually, they are our main online platforms we use, we strongly recommend that you use Google Chrome browser as our browser, sorry. Google Chrome as our browser para lang sa ganun smooth po yung flow ng uploading ninyo ng mga files. Okay? So with that, thank you very much and have a great day everyone. Bye. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Sir Montanilla, for that session. So this time we are opening the question and answer portion in line with session 2. So I'll turn over now the screen to Sir Renato Fontanilla, our division ITO. Good afternoon, sir. So, meron po ba tayong katanungan? Kung meron po tayong katanungan, please use po yung ating comment box or you can unmute your microphone to personally give your question po to Sir Nats. Any questions po regarding session 2 in terms of IPCRF submission and monitoring system?
Hindi makita. Sir Nats.
Okay, yes po, Ma'am LV.
Ang itanong ko lang po dito, we are going to assign personnel in lieu of us. Pwede bang mag-assign ako ng more than one? Kasi since we are departmentalized, para ma-monitor ng mga department heads ang submission at mas mabilis.
Sana. Nakikita ba? Yes, yes. Hello, Ma'am Els. Doon po sa ano po natin, sa uploaders po natin, yung tinatanong niyo po, no? Kung sa uploaders po, pwede po tayo mag-register po ng ilan. Basta po, by, ano po siya, at least 3 po.
So kasi para hindi with our number kasi, pag hindi ako mag-a-assign ng more than one, ang gusto ko sanang mangyari by department na lang. Para matutukan naman ng mga department head kung talagang kumpleto na rin ang kanilang mga teachers.
Di ba by maximum of 3 lang naman tayo? Oo. Okay. Ma'am Els, kanina kasi, tanong na rin po yan kanina. Kaya lang, sinagot po sa atin sa region po kasi 3 lamang po. However, doon request po ninyo na kung dadagdagan ng gagawin natin by departmental, most probably naman siguro, since system naman po siya for true registration, pwedeng gawin nila po yun. Pero ang ano po lang po sa ngayon is kung i-allow po yung ganoong kadami. Kasi po, pag madami kasi ang uploader po natin, most probably magkakaroon po ng pagbagal yung system natin, lalong-lalo na we're going to use the Google Drive as a medium of storage po natin.
Okay lang. Group clustering na lang. I-group ko na lang sila.
Okay po, ma'am. Sige po. Pero maximum of 3 po yun, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Any question pa po? Regarding po doon sa ano kanina, may nasagot na ba ni Ma'am Wilma? Yung kanina. Meron kasi kaninang umaga, may nagtanong na yung regarding po doon sa file, paggawa ng file name ng mga files po natin. Alam natin na i-dinoduplicate po natin yung mga files, di po ba? Ngayon po, ang paggagawa po noon, ang gagawin na lang po natin is dadagdagan na lang natin ng curriculum level, which is either elementary, secondary. Tapos po, right after that is yung susunod is yung pangalan ng teacher po natin o yung personnel doon sa file name po. So, kung ang file name po natin is, may copy ka ba dito, sir? Sa computer niyo po. Yes, yung ano ni Ma'am Wilma. Yung pinakita ko kanina umaga. Na ano po. Session 1. Sa ito. So parang nang sa ganun, pare-parehas po tayo ng paggawa ng file name. Lalong-lalo na po kasi this 2020 po kasi wala po tayong guidelines kung paano po natin ang tawag dito, yung format ng filing ng mga files po natin. So kung i-check po natin yung ginawa nilang presentation po, meron pong format lang po na gagamitin natin. Yung mismong file, idadagdag lang yung secondary or elementary, tapos may dash po siya na pangalan ng personnel yung susunod. So, ganun po yung filing po. Meron pa po bang mga katanungan?
Halimbawa po sir ng filing, sample po please. Thank you po.
Okay po sir. Palalabasin lang po natin doon sa sharing po natin ng ito po. Malapit na po kami doon sa slide number 50. Okay. So, share ko lang po itong kay Sir Jeff. Okay. Nasaan na yung Sir Jeff? Here, touch screen. Okay. Ayaw na. Okay. So, nakikita po ba ng lahat? So, ito po yung kanina po na presentation. Kung papansinin po nating maigi, nasaan na siya? Next. Yan. Kung papansinin nating maigi, ito yung magiging format po ng paglalagay po natin ng file name. So, ito yung original po natin na template, yung tinuturo ko po. Next is, ito yung magiging duplication po natin. So, example nito is DepEd prescribed by IPCRF, parts 1 to 4, SY 2019 to 2020, -LM, pangalan nung personnel natin. So, this will be the file format po natin ng mga files po natin. At saka kapag mag-save po tayo, make sure na walang mag-save as po sa atin na just click the save. Kasi pag nag-save as po tayo, most probably yung iba po, napapalitan nila yung extension name. Sabi ko yung sa pinakaunang mga slides ko kanina, dapat ang extension name po lagi is .xl, yung M po yung dulo natin, XLSM lagi po. Macro po dapat yung ating gagamitin na Excel po. Kasi baka mamaya meron po ulit makapag-save ng CSV file or other type of Excel po. So XLSM lang po yung gagamitin po natin. Any more question pa po?
Good afternoon, Sir Nats.
Yes po, Sir Chris. Tama po ba?
Apo, Doon po ba sa pag-upload, magkahalo na po ba yung junior high school teachers sa senior high school teachers?
Sa uploading naman po kasi sir, ang mangyayari diyan kasi papasok siya po based doon sa inilagay po natin na content natin doon sa mismong file. Check natin yung kanina. Kaya nga napaka-crucial yung content nitong school data po. Kasi dito sa curricular classification, kung ang school ay IS, for instance, meron siyang elementary, secondary, at saka junior high school at senior high school, dapat maklasify po natin yun na gano'n. Dahil po, kapag nagpasok po tayo ng mga teachers, either elementary, secondary, at saka secondary or junior high, senior high, isa lang din ang papasukan niya na school po.
Okay. So doon sa file name, sir, halimbawa sa IS, so imbis na LM, ang ilalagay is
siyempre ang ilalagay ninyo yung kung
LM
siya, tapos yung isa secondary po.
Secondary o JHS o senior high? O parehas na rin yung secondary?
JHS o SHS sa filing name kasi walang guidelines eh. Wala namang guidance. So far kasi sir, ganito po 'yon, no. Nung nakaraang taon, mayroon tayong guidelines kung paano gumawa ng file format. Di po ba? Naalala niyo po yun, sir? Kasi yung meron tayong consolidator na ginagamit. Okay? Yung consolidator natin noon, separated siya depende sa curriculum. Pero sa ngayon kasi, ang consolidator natin, online po siya. So, bumabato na lang siya directly doon sa Google Drive. Ngayon po, sa file formatting, let's say sabihin natin, labo-labo kasi pag pumasok siya sa Google Drive, sir, ang mangyayari na lang po, sa file formatting po natin, it would be best siguro kung yung isa elementary, JHS yung isa, tapos SHS na lang yung isa para na sa ganun maklasify po sila.
Okay po. And then doon sa mga uploader, depende na rin sa kanila o pwede mag-assign sa junior, pwede mag-assign sa senior halimbawa, sir?
Maximum po tayo, sir, ng 3 po na uploader po na.
Yung pangatlo na po yung uploader, yung school head o iba pa? Kasi nandun sa guidelines, isang school head tapos 2 uploader na teachers.
Opo, kasi sila po i-register po natin, sir.
Okay po. So, doon sa uploader, iba pa po yung uploader ng junior high school sa uploader ng senior high school kasi 2 yung uploader. O paano yung hatian nila?
Kasi po, kung hindi nga tayo aprubahan po doon sa departmentalized o yung mas maraming uploader, kasi nga kanina ang binigay lang po sa atin kasi is maximum of 3. Kung i-curriculum po natin yon, pwede po siya maging curriculum type po yung mga uploaders ninyo. Yung isa para sa elementary, yung isa para sa junior, yung isa para sa senior. Pero may nasa yung iba kasi meron silang ibang disenyo kung paano sila mag-upload. Pero maximum of 3 lamang po talaga kailangan.
Okay.
So yung sa classification ninyo, kung sino mag-upload, mag-ano ng ganitong year level o kaya ng ganitong department, basta ang maximum lang po is 3. So doon lang, paano nyo na lang po siya i-divide.
Okay. Salamat po.
Yes po, sir. Thank you po. Any more question po? Ano po lang. Sige, meron pa may gusto.
Ayan, thank you so much po, Sir Renato Fontanilla. So meron pa po ba tayong mga katanungan? Okay lang po kahit from the first session, andito pa po si Madam Wilma Carrera. Kung meron pa po tayong mga katanungan from our first session, we may do so. Anyone po? Okay, so ma'am Wilma, meron po tayong katanungan via messenger.
Okay.
Ah, second semester na nakapasok ang co-teacher ko, September. Buntis sila. Tapos, nag-leave na ng December. Hindi siya naobserbahan kasi yung time na malapit na din ang sem break. Wala siyang COT kahit na isa.
Wala siyang rating sa quality. Ay, wala siyang IPCRF rating pag ganun. Diba? Our basis is for the classroom observation. So since hindi siya naobserbahan, then naturally wala siyang IPCRF rating. Ano ang magiging basihan natin ng pagbibigay ng kanyang rating kung wala siyang COT, wala siyang mga MOVs. So wala siyang IPCRF rating, Sir Jeff, pag ganun.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Kasi hindi niya sinabit ang kanyang sarili. Wala ba siyang schedule? Kasi ang alam natin, naka-schedule sila, kumbaga doon sa supervisory plan ng kanyang school head, ay naka-schedule sila from June to up to the last quarter. Di ba? Meron tayo doon sa orientation natin, meron kayong scheduling kung kailan sila pwedeng obserbahan. So, pag hindi siya naobserbahan ng first quarter, naturally, sa second quarter, 2 beses siyang maobserbahan. Since wala siya, talagang wala siyang IPCRF rating.
Ang sabi daw po, ma'am, ay may schedule naman po, pero after nanganak, nakalib na po siya.
So after nung nanganak siya, nung nag-reinstate siya, di ba niya sinubmit ang kanyang sarili for a classroom observation?
Sige po, ma'am. Okay, thank you so much po, Ma'am Wilma. Meron pa po ba tayong mga katanungan from the first and second sessions po, bago po natin i-wrap up? Okay, so from Sir Miljon Garcia, alin po ang isasubmit na file? Is it the original copy or duplicate copy po? Ito po ba ay concerning doon sa system na po ba, Sir Miljon? Okay, sa system na po, Sir Renato Fontanilla or Ma'am Wilma, ano daw po ang isasubmit? Is it the original copy or the duplicate copy po?
We are talking about electronic tool, di ba? So, of course, yung soft copy nun ay naiwan naman sa'yo. Pag itatransmit mo naman, soft copy, di ba? Original copy. So, we are talking about electronic submission.
Ito yan, balang kayo.
Hello po. Regarding po dun sa question na alin po ang isasubmit na file? Is it the original copy or the duplicate copy po? Okay, so ganito po yun, no? Sa submission po natin at creation po natin, lalong-lalo na, sa creation po natin, isang file, isang teacher po yun. Hindi siya gaya ng mga nakaraan na IPCRF po natin na ang ating isinasubmit ay yung pong consolidated. Ngayon po, ang mangyayari, si uploader, ang kanyang isasubmit lang ay tigi-isang file po. So, pag nag-duplicate ka, yung dinuplicate mo, i-rename mo yon sa pangalan ni Teacher A. Tapos, mag-duplicate ka ulit from the original, mangyayari, i-rename naman siya sa Teacher B. So, makaka-create kayo ng Teacher A, B, C, D, E. So, kung papansinin natin, ilang files po yon. Yung mga files na yon, yun po ang ating i-upload at isasubmit po. So, yung original copy, parang ginawa lang natin po siyang template. Based doon sa pinakita kanina ni Ma'am Wilma sa kanyang presentation po. Meron kang template, yung template mo na original, you duplicate it and you rename it to the name of the teacher. Opo. So, ganun po ang mangyayari. So, meron tayong teacher A. Again, back to the original ulit, yung original template, you duplicate it again, you rename it to teacher B. So, ang sasabihin natin, si teacher A, si teacher B, si teacher C, and so on po. So, yun po yung gagawin po natin ngayon. Isa-isa po siyang file. Hindi siya kaya ng dati na consolidated file po. Malinaw po ba yun? Okay, thank you po.
Yung tanong ni Sir Cristobal, ano po ang gagamitin ng mga department head teachers sa secondary, IPCRF o OPCRF? Diba doon sa DepEd Order number 2, pag head teacher, ang kanilang rater ay ang principal.
Okay, so good afternoon. Meron pa po ba tayong katanungan bago po tayo mag-wrap up? And paalala lang po, yung para doon po sa mga nag-inquire ng soft copy or copy of our webinar materials, don't worry po, we'll be providing you the link kung paano po ninyo ma-access ang ating recorded version and then yung mga slides po, slide recordings po na present po kanina. So we will be having another batches tomorrow, and after the last batch, we'll be giving the link to your dear public schools district supervisors, and sila na po ang bahalang mag-share po sa inyo. So para po doon sa mga humingi po ng soft copy ng ating mga presentations. Okay, so to wrap up po yung ating webinar. So with regards to the materials po ng ating webinar, it will be given to you via link na lang po para ma-access po natin ang copy ng ating mga materials. And please make sure na nakapag-online register po tayo and try to have a picture po ng ating webinar as a form of MOV from the registration form na finil-outan po natin beforehand. And with regards po doon sa sinabi po kanina na mayroon po tayong designated na school-based IPCRF uploaders. So meron po tayong regional memorandum regarding this na kung sino man po ang i-assign ng school head na maging IPCRF uploader po niya, kailangan pong mag-access po dito sa link na ito at mag-register. So naka-flash na po sa ating screen yung link kung saan po mag-fill out yung ating pong designated IPCRF uploader. And based from the original memorandum, i-accomplish po natin ito via Google Form on or before July 6, 2020. So yan po yung ating link for the designated IPCRF uploaders. So ayan po, maraming salamat po. I'll now turn over our stream to the Senior Education Program Specialist of HRD, Madam Beverly T. Cruz.
Thank you, Sir Jeb. So, thank you so much po to our dear school heads from the 2nd Congressional Districts at saka kasama nila ang kanilang ICT coordinators at saka yung mga department heads and master teachers na naka-live stream po sila. We had a fruitful time together. Maraming salamat po. But before we finally end up po, reminder lang po, we hope everyone kanina nakapag-join po doon sa simulation activity natin and na-submit nyo po yun. We hope so na na-submit nyo po kasi yun po ang magiging basihan ng pumasok po yun kasi sa system, makikita po yun ng central office at yun po ang parang evidence po natin that you have attended this kind of webinar. So, we hope na nakapag-join po kayo. And yung ating timeline po for the conduct of the evaluation, nasa inyo po yun. Basta please try to meet the deadline po. Mag-start po ang submission ng ating IPCRF, accomplished IPCRF form. Mag-start po yan sa first week ng August. So sana before po yung August, nakapag-conduct na po kayo ng inyong evaluation with your respective teachers po. And but please make sure po na you observe po as you conduct your assessment, IPCRF assessment with your personnel, please make sure to adhere to IATF and POH health and safety protocols. Yun lamang po. And pwede nyo na po sigurong i-unmute yung inyong pong mga microphones at i-on yung inyong mga cameras so that you can say hi, hello to one another. And thank you so much po. Magandang hapon. God bless all po.
Bye. Thank you. Alis na ako. Tawagin mo si. Bye-bye. Thank you po.
Thank you po. Uwian na po.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Sir Jeff. Everyone.